We are part of the Fired Up Sports Network of shows. Please check out other Fired Up Sports Network podcasts like the P-Lot Pod, Water Cooler Talk, Bell Smashers, Philly Sports Love and Pain, Drunk on Broad, Beer Battered Sports, and the Fired Up Sports Show, which are available on all major podcasting hosting sites and social media. Also, check out Mark Ramos' Roundup on firedupsports.com, which breaks down the happenings going on with all your favorite local teams.
Philadelphia Eagles are Super Bowl champions.
E-A-G-L-E-S Swing and a miss. Struck him out. The Philadelphia Phillies are 2008 World Champions of Baseball.
Ladies and gentlemen, the Flyers are going to win the Stanley Cup. The Flyers win the Stanley Cup for the lead. Yes! Iverson, wow, what a fake off Daniels as he broke his ankles and got all the way to the cup.
What? It's summertime.
Summertime. Yeah, buddy.
Summertime.
Oh, it's good to be back, boys. It's good to be back.
And it's truly that dead time
Yeah.
where you got what, like hockey's done, hoops is done. You got
It's a
about
full-
70 something days until
Football.
until you kick it off and hang that banner.
Yeah, dude. Baseball is like the only sport besides the WNBA on right now. It's crazy. It's crazy.
Yeah, crazy is a good way to describe it.
It's just weird not having multiple sports on. But I felt like the basketball, obviously, because we went to Game 7, hockey, like I felt like it was so long. Like, Jesus Christ, we're almost in July and they just ended. Like, it's crazy how long those seasons get.
Yes, sir.
I believe it.
Fucking Game 7 series, bro. Did you watch that Pacers game?
Oh man.
Yeah, I did. Did you watch it, Rich?
Yeah, it was fucking heartbreaking.
It's like he goes down, and you're like,
That's it.
it's bad, but he's more like he's in pain, but he's just like, I'm fucked. We're fucked.
Yeah, nobody could step up. Nobody could step up after he left.
No.
And it's truly a situation where it's like, just when I thought you were out, pull me
Yep.
back in.
Yep.
Right? You got 3 guys that go out with ACLs.
Yeah.
You got the Celtics that are on free fall, sell mode. The Knicks are getting a new coach.
Bro, the Sixers fucking stink, bro.
They're
It doesn't fucking
terrible.
matter.
They're
so
terrible.
bad.
It doesn't matter.
The whole
let's be honest.
the whole
They're
East
picking
could
third
fall
tonight.
apart, and the Sixers would still finish like
Yeah.
15th. Stupid.
Yeah,
That's how
Ace
terrible that
Bailey
fucking
was like,
organization
"Nah, I'm good."
Dude, Ace Bailey
I'm
is
good.
he's gonna hold out. If the Sixers draft him, I'm like, no.
It's not even us. He's like, he said that about multiple teams. I'm like, really, dude? You're supposed to be a top 5 pick, and now you're gonna be selective about where you're gonna go. You're gonna make $1 quadrillion. Like, give me a break, dude. Whatever team you go to, they're probably gonna stink. So
He just has he has such Ben Simmons vibes.
Oh
Yeah.
It's just like you can smell it from a mile away. It's
But
just
he can shoot though.
That's true.
That's
true.
We've seen him shoot. We've seen him shoot. Still something we're still waiting on Ben Simmons to do.
Oh no, but
I mean,
dude,
he's still putting out tapes.
Did you see his video today? Ben Simmons revenge tour.
only revenge on himself.
Yeah, I was gonna say, so like ex-girlfriend revenge, like revenge of the living dead. Like, what the fuck? Like, come on, man. Stop that bullshit. I
Probably
stopped
wasn't
falling
even
for that
him.
propaganda.
It was
No.
probably AI.
For being
Probably wasn't
completely
him.
moronic. It's awful. But
Yeah.
gentlemen, we never finished our summer project last year.
What?
Our sports themed booze bracket.
Oh, we did?
No, we ended with we got 8. We got 2 beers left in every bracket.
Oh shit!
Wow.
So
Jeez.
we've got like we've got the Elite 8. So
We
we've got
dropped the
2
ball on that. Carryover.
Listen.
Carryover.
Summer happens, right? You got
Summer does happen.
it just is what it is, right? So we've got in the Phillies bracket, we've got the Phillies Standard, which is a Yards Brewing, and the Harper's Hazy, which is that is a Sterling Pig Brewery.
Okay.
And then in the Eagles bracket, we've got the South Philly Special, which is an ARS brewery, going up against the Dallas Sucks, which is the Weyerbacher.
Yeah. Fair.
Okay. All right. In the Flyers bracket, you got the Jonesy's Hockey Lager, which is that's a Conchi Brewing, and the Crosby Tears, which is a Notting Head brewery.
Okay.
And then in the Sixers, you got it's a collaboration between Misconduct and Yards. It's the Answer. And then you got the Emperor's New Jump Shot, which is a Conchi Brewing and Misconduct Tavern. So we've got a lot of summer. We'll put a couple of brackets out. Have you had any of them?
No.
No? All right.
Just the
No,
Philly
Dallas
Standard.
sucks. Yeah, Dallas sucks, but I think that was
Yeah,
good.
I mean that might just win just by name.
Yeah,
By name alone.
Yes.
by name alone. I mean, the Joel Embiid, what was it, Evil Genius, like from 10 years ago when he was
Yeah.
drafted. Like, I remember having that one. The Answer, I've never even seen. Jonesy, I didn't see. I saw the other dude, Hayes, the Hayes beer
Oh, yes.
from Yards. But I haven't seen any of the other ones, to be honest with you, which is completely fine. I can't believe we
All right.
forgot about that. We're on the Elite
I
Eight.
know, right? It just happened.
Other exciting shit came up, so it's fine.
It really did. I mean, listen,
We
to
won
me,
a fucking Super Bowl.
started draft I mean, it kind of is what it is.
Yeah, we're
It is
doing
what
what we
it
got
is.
to do.
And listen, coming off a Super Bowl,
Yeah,
if you want to go find some cool merch, go check out the Philly Drinker stuff. They got some cool merch coming out that came out during this last year. So go check them out. The Drunk on Bra 15. We get a kickback. You get a little something. So go check it out. But I got 2 ideas for you.
All right, let me have it.
Talk about highlight packages from guys from this season.
Who
Or
had the best highlights?
like if I gave you a name, we can talk about some special plays from this year.
Okay.
Or players that are ready to take the next step up.
Ooh.
So we can look back a little bit, can look forward a little bit.
Okay.
We could do a
Where do
little
you
bit.
want to go?
We can do a little bit of both.
A little bit of both.
Do a little bit
All
of
right.
both. A little bit of both.
So I'm going to give you. So if you look, if I told you N'Kobe Dean
Yes.
jumps off the table right away, what are some plays that jump off the table for him?
Jaguars interception, baby.
Yep.
Still the game.
Mm-hmm.
Sealed that game.
Man, that was like, I mean, we almost lost him. We needed that to happen.
Right.
That would have been terrible. I'm trying to think. I know didn't he have a big forced fumble in one game?
I want to say he had didn't he have a forced fumble in the opener?
Yes.
That Zach Baldwin recovers.
Green
Yes.
Bay. Yep.
Okay.
I think the thing that I thought about as soon as I saw it, I was like, how much of a step forward he took last year playing next to Zach Baldwin.
Yeah.
Like you just saw his play just kind of elevate. And when I look at that position group where it is now versus where it was a couple years ago, that position group is that room is entirely different now.
Scary.
When you look
Scary.
right, like scary when you talk about youth and speed and athleticism. But N'Kobe Dean with some really, really big plays and really taking a huge step up, taking on that leadership role.
Yeah. Agreed. Sorry, I don't have much to add.
No,
Yeah,
Kinda said
first
it all,
person
Don.
Don starts with, he's like, all right, let's not go with Saquon.
All
Let's
right.
not go with Jalen.
Yeah.
Let's go with Oren
All right.
Burks. What the fuck, Don?
Well, listen, Oren Burks had that
Dude,
He
huge
did have
play
a
on
huge
the
Super Bowl.
right the
Yeah.
the plays that he made in that Super Bowl run. But
It
the
was,
first think
incredible.
about that opening play, that opening kickoff against Green Bay in the playoffs, right?
Yup.
Just comes out and just lays a huge
blast him.
hat.
Yep.
Destroys him.
All right, a guy with a couple bigger plays on his resume, Cooper DeJean.
Oof.
Cooper DeJean had like right like
Oh man.
3 of them that like jump off the table right away. Right, the Jamar Chase
Yeah.
4th and 2,
1.
right? The play against Henry,
Yeah. Oh yeah, when he slammed his ass.
right?
Picked him up.
And the pick 6 in the Super Bowl.
Yeah. Yeah. That's I mean, some fucking fantastic highlights. You have the best wide receiver in football. You have arguably one of top 3 running backs in football. And then arguably, through consensus of everybody except people with eyeballs, picking off the best uh, quarterback in football. So that's a lot of number ones that he took down under his belt, especially for a rookie and stepping up and making those plays. Holy shit, did he have a great rookie campaign?
Right? And
Yeah.
we forget that like he didn't play the first 4 weeks. Right?
Oh, yeah, he did.
The impact that he had coming off that bye week and just kind of really took that defense to an entirely different level. I feel like Jahad Campbell has the opportunity to possibly fill that same kind of role.
Yeah.
Right? Take his time getting healthy, come in late, and then go on to kind of really elevate the play of that defense. I think Jahad Campbell has it, obviously in a different position, but has the opportunity to kind of do something similar.
Yeah. Do you think he's going to start the season on the pup?
I don't know if he's going to start on the pup, but I don't know that he starts the season.
Okay.
And yeah, he might miss like a couple games. I think they said he's going to be ready to roll in August. You just hope that he's, can pick it up and just get out there and, he's like, I mean, he's a freak athlete, so you just hope that he can translate whatever he's learning in training camp, learning the playbook and whatnot. He could just get on the field and just go like Coop did and Quinion did. So,
Agreed.
but hey, you got Vic Fangio, so hey.
Think
Listen,
he's
if
gonna be
if there's another guy that can figure out how to use them,
definitely Vic.
right?
Vic.
How
Just
about
don't piss him
and
off.
just on a completely separate side note with the whole Fangio stuff, the guy that they signed from Miami, the lineman, and his
Yeah.
comments. Talk about that a little bit.
Culture's everything, baby. I mean, we've said that. We said the Eagles probably have the best locker room, and they've had for a while. It's just funny that it's Philly Philly media who tries to destroy it, but not the players. Yeah, I mean, it's all about culture. It's all about, understanding, being there, being on time, working hard, putting in the work, and, the extra 15 minutes to talk about problems and shit like that. Really addressing the mental health aspect and the wear and tears of the season and, all the pressures that it puts on you. I think it's a beautiful thing. If all organizations were like that, players would be a lot happier. But people want to come to Philly. People want to be in Philly. It's not, the organizations of old. It's what they're doing, and it's the best thing that you can have and positive news, right? When you read something like that the culture is instead of being toxic, it's the complete opposite, and especially if the opposite of what Miami was. And it's funny because Tyreek Hill put out a thing today saying, "Oh, they have to be better leaders," and it starts with us in the locker room. It's like, yeah, no shit, jerk off. But you also maybe like focus on football instead of like random women. That's just me.
Right, dude. You got like 38 kids.
Yeah.
He's like the new old dirty bastard.
He had more kids than touchdowns in a season by different women last year.
Oh,
Like,
God.
come on, bro. Like, you want to talk about toxic culture? Miami. You want to talk about love and peace and tranquility in a locker room? Fucking the Birds, bro.
Yep.
It's
That's
awesome.
it. Ah. All right, Rich. The next guy on the list is a guy that is near and dear to your heart, Jalen Carter. Because Jalen Carter
Save the season.
is first in line for that fresh extension of
Yeah.
$30+ million a year. Single-handedly saved the game against the Rams in the playoffs.
Yep.
Spent most of his time just destroying running backs, backfields, quarterbacks. Talk to me about Jalen Carter.
Sorry.
Talk to me about some place.
My 80-pound dog wants to fucking push me off the couch because she just wants to sit there. And then, of course, Cat wants to sit below.
Nice.
Jesus
That's
Christ.
awesome.
Yeah,
Where's the other 12? Are they in there?
the other 12? Telly's upstairs. Telly's upstairs, and we're watching our friend's dog, who's like another like Chihuahua like type dog. So yeah, those two are upstairs. Jesus Christ, dude, dogs everywhere. Fuck, what were we saying? Jalen Carter.
Jalen Carter.
Yeah,
Jalen
Jalen
Carter.
Carter smacking the shit out of Patrick Mahomes. The Rams play.
Both
Anytime
Rams
you just
place, right? Back
Yeah.
to back, fourth quarter, game on the line, in the snow.
Yeah. Dude, anytime Jalen Carter was on the field, it was a fucking highlight. Like, the shit he was doing was insane.
Literally every game, you could go if you ISO'd Jalen Carter in every game, almost every play. He's either beating his man, beating the double team, sometimes triple team,
Yeah.
or he's being held. That's the only reason he's not in the backfield or getting to the quarterback, because somebody's literally trying to drag him down.
And did you see the
Jalen Carter in a
reports?
nutshell. And it didn't matter if who he was going against, how good they were, or which team he was going against this year. He was a terror and completely changed, what the other team's offense was trying to do.
Did you read the reports where they said Jalen Carter, like, even last year, is still trying to figure it out?
Yeah, I mean,
What?
Which is
What?
absolutely wild.
That's insane. That my man is doing all this and still hasn't learned how to play the position correctly? Get the fuck out of here.
yeah,
He's just
That is
relying
nuts.
on complete athleticism at this point. Like, I'm looking at this going, like, there were plays in that Giants game where he's just in the backfield, just destroying people. Times where he's, meets a guy in the gap and just completely flattens him.
Yep.
Like, he just spent his entire season just manhandling guys. It was absolutely, and it's a joy to watch, right? Because you look at, what that culture can do for a guy that, if he goes to another city, who knows, right? Right? If he ends up in Tennessee or Houston or, Jacksonville, right? Who knows what happens, right? Who knows if he's got the structure and the culture to be able to put himself, but he's here and he's around his guys and he's got the support. Sky's the limit, man. He is, he's on the fast track to being Aaron Donald.
Yeah. No, he really is. Hell of a fucking football player. And thank you for all the teams passing up on him.
Yeah.
I'll drink to that.
Absolutely, amen to that. And having the culture and having the leadership, and a grounded organization really helped him grow up. With all the stuff
Totally.
off the field and all the stuff that was attached to his name before he played, and what are they going to do and how are they going to keep him in line and this and that. Well, they grabbed him and got that into his brain immediately, and whatever they did, he's running with it. He's gonna keep running with it, and they've got the guys in place and people around him, supporting staff to make sure that he's walks that straight line. But he talks it too, like he has it together. He seems like he's got it together. Like all he cares about is dominating and winning football games, and he talks his stuff, but he backs it up. Like the perfect example with Jared Verse and all that crap that week, all that smack he was talking, and he was walking around the stadium, him and I can't remember who he was walking around, but waving at the fans and talking shit. And Jalen Carter came up. Remember that when he walked up to him and said something to him before the game. So It's great to see, and it's great to see him come in, dominate, but also be the ultimate pro on and off the field.
Talk about Zach Bond, right?
What?
Interception in the opener, interception in the Super Bowl, sideline to sideline, just like that one Packers game at the beginning of the season where he's just sideline to sideline all over the place. Um, he just made big play after big play and just provided that leadership on a defense that had a lot of young guys. But man, those big plays always came at such huge pivotal moments too.
Yeah. Talk about a guy who made the most out of his opportunity. Like it is insane what Fangio saw in him what the Saints couldn't, especially with the Saints making him just a special teamer, and not seeing what we saw like
Mm-hmm.
on the field, not even having the opportunity to get into the starting lineup, and then insert Zach Bond week one, the dude's a stud. I mean,
We're like,
statistically,
huh?
yeah, and we're all like, what the fuck? And
Who is this?
all my dad's telling me, I knew it from when he played in college. All the kid did was tackle. I knew he'd be good. And I'm like, all
Right
right, Dad,
when he
like,
played at
well,
Wisconsin.
cool. Yeah, when he played at Wisconsin, he's like, he was a tackling machine. It's all he did. And then you see it, and Jesus Christ, what a home run. He had better stats than Fred Warner. He's an all pro. It's like, when was the last time the Eagles had an all pro linebacker?
I might have to look that up while you're talking.
Like,
Dude.
how fucking crazy is that? You're inserting a special teams guy into the starting lineup because he's got juice. You had an ex Pro Bowler that they had a release in the beginning or halfway through the season because he couldn't get on the field because he didn't want to play special teams. And you're like, everybody's, it's going to be Devin White and Nakobe Dean, Devin White and Nakobe Dean. Like Zach Bond was an oversight. And then
Yeah.
all of a sudden, in. And he's literally what Philly is, like the embodiment of Philly, a hard-working dog who just goes out there, busts his ass, and reaps the rewards from all of his excellent plays, the sideline to sideline tackling, the interceptions, the interception in the Super Bowl. I mean, amazing. Like it blows my mind what Fangio saw in him, but what other teams couldn't get out of him. That's the crazy part. Or even crack a lineup. Like if I'm the Saints, I'm shooting myself in the foot right now. Like, what the fuck? We let him go for nothing. He signed a what was it, like a 1 year, like $2
$3
million
million or $4 million.
contract, and now he's making bank.
Dude.
And
Hey,
I
Rich,
can't wait.
I
I
mean,
can't wait to see him and John Campbell next to each other.
it's wild, right? And you think about the fact, like I remember week 2, week 3, sign the guy, right?
Yeah.
We're
Everybody's
in there
saying,
screaming,
pay
sign,
him.
pay
Pay
the man.
Bond. Pay
It's
him.
just it's really incredible to see that transformation, and it happened like that. But that's a guy who knows what he's looking for, knows what he's looking at, knows what to do with the guys that he has in house. It's just it's a very complimentary, right? The coaching staff seeing something in a player, and the player being able to see that the coach sees something, and
Yeah.
all of them working together. Rich, as far as I can see, the last guy to play linebacker and be an all pro was Jeremiah Trotter in 2000.
Shoo.
So
24 years ago at the time.
24,
Right.
24 years ago. Yep,
It's outrageous.
24 years ago.
Outrageous.
That's fucking nuts.
That's pretty wild. And now you might get a double dose of that with Jahai Campbell. And you're going to put the two of them on the field at the same time. And you're going to have the big horses up front to take up all those blocks. And you're just going to let those two fucking maniacs just run all over the damn place. It's going to be such a beautiful thing.
And Washington, Austin Eckler coming out today saying, we're going to have a powerhouse offense. Please, I cannot wait till you play this defense. I cannot.
Oh
I
my
cannot
God.
wait.
Who
I
said
cannot
this?
wait.
Debo Samuel looks
Eckler
like he
said
put
it.
on, like he ate
Who's
half
that?
a keg, right? And you
He's
got
like
Larry
40.
Tunsil, who looks like he's what's he, 37, 38?
Yeah.
Like, have fun trying to keep up with those dudes.
And the fact that your owner is Josh Harris and Scary Terry wants a fucking new deal.
Get paid. Get me out of here.
Good luck. Yeah, good luck for Josh Harris to do anything that resembles a good move in any organization. So,
All right, we're gonna flip over to the offense because there's 4 guys on offense that talk about Devontae Smith.
oh my God, Washington
I'm not even
games,
gonna say there's
The
a
Jags
couple
Jags game
The Jags catch in the back
that
of the
catch in the
was
Jags game
ridiculous.
was absolutely mayhem.
Yeah,
The
yeah,
dagger
Super
Bowl, right? The toe taps, right on the edge. The toe tap against the Rams.
yep. Dude, Devontae Smith is so slept on. He's
The-
so
the-
fucking good. He's
so
so fucking
consistent.
good.
So consistent. Catches everything. Just like he's the ultimate route runner. He can run any route and beat you.
Yeah.
He can double team. He'll beat you. And at his size, frame, and mold, he always got the knock. But dude, he's the most durable player for somebody who looks so frail. I mean, the only time that he really he missed some time. He had the hamstring, and he missed some time with that just ridiculous headshot that he took against Saints. But
Yeah.
he is the ultimate competitor, the ultimate baller, and it was the icing on the cake to have him be on the receiving end of the dagger in the Super Bowl.
It was so great.
And the flip, the touchdown, and then the flip to the ref who already had his hands in the air for the signal touchdown, and the ball just fell into his hands like bread in a basket, baby.
I mean, whenever you needed a big play, right? He was always making those plays.
Yeah.
Whenever you needed that first down, whenever you like that, and I think one of the things we forget, right? We forget about that dagger play already happened earlier in the season against Cincinnati.
Yeah.
Right? He makes that same exact play, except it's a little further back. He's almost out of the end zone. But again, with the toe tap with his hands up, he just made play after play after play. And the stuff that we were talking about this time last year, right? Who pick your poison? Who are you going to stop? You stop. Yeah. You want to double AJ? Devontae's open. You want to try to double both of them?
Everybody else is
hand the ball. We're going to hand Saquon Barkley, right? We're going to hit right when he's healthy. Top 10-ish tight end is your 5th option.
It's not bad.
No,
it's not bad.
And we waited.
Not bad at all.
We waited all these years for this organization since 1933 to have let alone one legit number 1 receiver, but to have 2 legit number 1 receivers, because either one of those guys are number 1 on another team, and they're both on our team. How he makes the trade for Brown, and still they trade up. Who'd they jump? Dallas, I think, because the Giants were going to take Smith. Thank you.
Remember, they trade back and then they trade back and then jump back up ahead of them.
Yeah, because Dallas wanted Parsons.
Mm-hmm.
No, Dallas wanted Surtain. Surtain fell off the board. They took Parsons. Right. We traded with Dallas to jump the Giants to take Devontae Smith, because he was going to go to the next pick to the Giants.
Thank the Lord.
He was supposed to be a Giant.
That's incredible.
Oh, man, they got the great Wandale Robinson.
Which this organization's never had in its history. So it's
Darius Slayton.
Darius Slayton. 12 mil, baby.
12 mil. Same shit that fucking Saquon got. But you gave it to Darius Slayton, your 9th option. You got
and the fact that, like, Saquon was here, already got the extension, and that Parsons is sitting in Dallas and still doesn't have the extension
No.
What's he playing
is
on this year?
absolute nuts.
Like a couple mil?
I don't think anything's guaranteed, right? I think his guaranteed money's
I
over.
can't believe he hasn't like gone off the deep end yet.
Bro,
Yeah,
they're so brainwashed by Jerry. It's like
No, they got some really nice glory holes down there.
Oh God!
Jerry.
So he's currently entering the final year of his rookie contract, which includes a 5th-year option at $24 million. So he's under contract for this season, but is seeking a deal to be the highest paid NFL player on a deal that could potentially reach $200 million.
Woo! Good
And you know
enough,
they're going
Jerry.
to pay. You know they're going to. What's going to end up happening is that they're going to. I'm waiting for the Jalen Carter extension to hit, because you know it's going to hit early, because they're going to take care of it early.
Yeah.
They're going to want to take care of it before this contract hits, before the Hendrickson stuff comes out, right? Before TJ Watt gets his, right? They want to set the market and not, they want to be ahead of the curve.
But they're going to extend him. You think they're extending Jalen Carter's going to get extension like this year?
I think so. I think that
Can
might
they
be a
do it during the
mid-year.
season?
Oh yeah.
Oh, all right.
Well, I mean, remember, so that was the whole reason why Zach Bond didn't get the extension during the year. They were waiting because they didn't want to, because there were other guys that were also eligible for contract extensions, and they weren't trying to upset the apple cart in what was, whatever the mojo was during the season. But they can. I just feel like they're going to have an opportunity to be able to set the market instead of waiting for all those other contracts to hit, and then him, because if they can set the market, and then everybody else is going to want to beat it, and then they're going to end up putting the Cowboys in a position where they're going to now have to overpay for Parsons.
I would love that.
Oh, that would be fabulous.
I would love that.
What do you think? What do you think the number starts at with
Carter?
30?
30.
30.
That's probably the base, right?
Yeah.
I got to imagine. There's a lot of upfront money.
5 year,
This
like
roster
5 year,
bonus.
180.
You
in
know
that neighborhood.
Howie with the dummy years.
Oh God, he'll bury the dummy years on the back end, and 2 years in, they'll convert it into a signing bonus, and they'll push the salary cap to 2 years from now when the salary cap's already going to go up.
Yep.
It'll just make that percentage of the salary cap that much smaller.
It's going to be a beautiful thing to see.
Oh, it will
and
be.
Micah Parsons still won't have a deal.
That'll be fabulous.
Jalen Carter's on his 4th year of his extension, and Micah Parsons is still looking for an extension.
How's
It is
Been playing
wild.
under the same 1 year deal for 9 years? God damn.
Right?
Good job, Jerry. Good job, Jerry.
All right, talk about AJ Brown. Right, AJ Brown starts off the season with that huge catch against Green Bay in Brazil.
Yep.
Has the touchdown catch in the Super Bowl off the turnover.
Yeah. Oh my God.
He's another guy. They just had big play after big play after big play.
Just a dude who's consistent. You needed that first down, and you knew he was going to fight for yards and get it for you. I mean, the things that he can do in space and when he doesn't have space. I mean, it's just so awesome to watch him and Slim together. Like 2 complete opposites, but like two animals who just want to be the best. And that's what they strive for, or they have to find their inner excellence. It's just great. I mean, so much shit with that dude. And he's an enjoyable character. Like AJ Brown is just an enjoyable dude. He is always open. He's one of those guys where, Hurts gives him a little space on some of those slants and those out routes. And I don't know how he does it, especially with the comebacks. Like he looks like he's so slow, and then all of a sudden he's 25 yards down the field. when he runs those comeback routes. And he's so hard to fucking tackle. It's not only that, it's the fact that, the injuries and stuff aren't there. It's the availability, it's, the durability, him being on the field,
Mhm.
a lot of teams have good wide receivers, but they don't have a duo like this or one guy who just always is unhealthy. The Eagles get lucky and they have two guys who are workhorses, can run any route in the route tree with both of them, both hard to tackle and just ultimate gamers. And AJ Brown showed this season that, even in his down games where he wasn't having catches, he was laying people out with blocks or he
It
was
was
being
wild.
a fucking excellent teammate and doing what he needed for this team to succeed. And, hats off to AJ, hats off to, Slim too. Those guys put in the work and they fucking killed it this year. It was a fucking awesome year for AJ and it's
It's
I
only going
mean,
to be better next year.
and
I
it's
mean,
you know
Rich,
it,
you look. He doesn't have a game this year with double digit catches,
Yeah,
and still has the season that he has.
yeah,
Joe,
yeah.
what? Joe,
Fucking
Joe,
monster.
give me a play. Is there a play that sticks out?
there's so many, and it's not even like the 50 yard catch or the glitzy glamour sideline catch or the over the top bomb. It's the 8 yard catch that he catches over the middle and he takes it for 30, or it's the Washington game when it's 14-12 and they go for a fourth down and we're like, okay, sure. And we're all white knuckling it and crapping our pants. But he just, Jalen hits him right over the
Shit was
top
about to hit the fan,
down the
Joe.
sideline. Dude, it's like he's gonna make the catch. Jalen's my guy. It's 1-on-1. It's gonna happen. The sideline catch in the Super Bowl where he's going against McDuffie. I think it was third down. Big play. You got to move the chains. You got to keep KC where the game was still kind of close. The sideline comeback route. The guy McDuffie's there, but Brown still beats him to the spot.
Yep.
He's always in the right place at the right time, and nine and a half times out of 10 he's gonna make the catch. He's a physical specimen, and he's deceptively fast, and jump balls, whatever it is. Like he's the ultimate all around receiver, and maybe sometimes he is outspoken, but I think that's just how he is. He's not doing it out of spite or out of to show up his teammates or his coaches. He just wants to win, and he wants to be a part of it. He
Yep.
wants to feel like he's making a difference in each play or every game. But that's what you want. That's what you want. You want a guy who's, you see videos of Jalen, you see videos of AJ Brown working out already,
Yeah.
months ago at 4 in the morning, 4:30 in the morning. He's at the link, running up and down the steps, doing training in this god awful heat. Like he talks it and he walks it, and there's no diva crap. There's no crying about contracts. There's no, throwing teammates or coaches or anybody under the bus. They're the
I
ultimate
mean,
pros, and it's so hard to find that in today's league.
Yeah.
what a better example than when they have minicamp and not a single person's missing.
Yeah. Don, I mean, you've been in some shitty situations, right?
Yeah.
Like when things get shitty and and things are about to like say explode. Um, and you had a guy like AJ
Gotta go.
Brown, and it's like 4th and 8. We're all sitting there, about to shit our pants with this play. Would you throw the
You
ball to
just
AJ Brown to get that first down, or what, Don?
listen.
Like that's what we're
You
looking
do
at.
one of two things. You either get the ball to AJ Brown or you do the tush push.
Yeah,
Either way, it's shitty for the other team.
it is. It is shitty. You're right.
So
Don,
Definitely
you,
shitty.
you would know. You would know, Don. You would know.
listen,
Definitely shitty.
Definitely shitty.
definitely a shitty situation right now.
That should be the next segment. Shitty or not.
Talk about Jalen Hurts.
What?
'Cause
No,
Jalen,
I'm done
I
talking
mean,
about Jalen Hurts because I'm fucking on Threads and I'm seeing these fucking idiots,
It's
some
just
jerk off Nate from Yahoo fucking Fantasy or Yahoo Sports doesn't even have him ranked in the top 10, but he's got Dak fucking Prescott at 9. He's got fucking CJ Stroud at
Geno's
8. He's got fucking Trevor Lawrence at 10, but no, Jalen Hurts is nowhere to be found.
Trevor Lawrence.
Fuck out of here, dude.
yeah.
I
I
am
mean,
sick of this Jalen Hurts hate, man. It's so fucking annoying because all he does is win and outperform Patrick Mahomes every single time he fucking plays him. Is fucking clutch, and he still gets no love. It makes no fucking sense to me.
He doesn't
None
even get
whatsoever.
love here. They trash him here.
They
Rich,
thought Kenny Pickett was better. I know. I don't fucking get
they
it.
it's listen.
What
clickbait.
more does he
I
have to do?
It's
Like,
all
what more does he
clickbait.
have to do?
right. So like that's why like when you think about the plays that he makes, right? When he comes and he does what he does within the offense, and you look at the plays that he makes in the Super Bowl, right? The poise and
Yeah.
it just became effortless for him to be able to navigate, right? And it's just on to the next one, on to the next one,
Yeah.
on to the next one. And you look at how they navigated the ups and downs when they come off of that game against Tampa, right? And they go into that
Yeah.
bye week, and then they come out, and it looked kind of ugly early, right? Against when they come out and they play the game against the Browns, and it's kind of like, and then they just kind of like they just kind of hit their stride, right? And
Yeah.
that stretch that we thought that was going to be difficult, right? When they they go at Cincinnati, right? And then they have the Jacksonville game at home that was close, and then they play at Dallas and they play Washington at home, and then they go. Remember, they had that 2-game stretch within 10 days when they go at LA and at Baltimore, and he just makes big play after big play after big play. And if you can't see that, I don't know what to tell you. I don't know what like you said, Rich. I don't know what else you need to see him do. And you can miss me with like you could put anybody in there. Anybody's not in there.
No, you
Right.
And
can't.
there's plenty of other guys that are just as comparable with talent that don't do it.
They showed you Kenny Pickett couldn't fucking do it. You saw Kenny Pickett couldn't fucking do it. So what are you going to do? Like, that's your backup. Okay,
Yep.
you run that offense through Kenny Pickett. It's not the same fucking offense.
Stupid. Look at Josh Allen is 6'5" and 240 pounds, and he couldn't get a 4th and 1 against Kansas City Chiefs.
Yeah. What big game has that motherfucker won? But he's still the fucking best
The
quarterback in the
Buffalo
league.
Bills are
Get the
0
fuck
and
out of
8.
here.
Are 0 and 8 on the road in their last 8 road playoff games. The Buffalo Bills are 0 and 8.
Yeah.
But Josh Allen is the number 1 quarterback in the league.
Yeah.
Because
I forgot regular season stats matter more than playoff wins and Super Bowl victories. Or attempts at being in. I mean, Jalen Hurts has been to 2 Super Bowls.
right.
Josh Allen's been this fucking 0. Well,
Right.
Patrick Mahomes has been in his way, and the NFC's is weak. You had Matthew Stafford ranked as the number 5, and Jalen Hurts not there. So obviously, it's not fucking weak if there's a division competitor in the top 5 quarterbacks. So I don't want to hear the fucking arguments when people are like, "Well, throw somebody else. Look, what if you put Joe Schmo back there? I could run." No, you fucking couldn't. One, because it's built around his legs and his arms. So you can't put a guy in there who can't fucking run the ball. And the run that he had, what was it, like the 45-yard touchdown run
Against the Rams.
in the playoffs? It was against
Yep.
Green Bay, or was it Green Bay?
Rams.
The Rams.
The Rams.
And the Rams. Who else is fucking doing that? Who else is doing that?
Somebody's tackling them. And that
Nobody else did it. That's the
No.
problem.
that touchdown in the Washington playoff game where he does that toss play to Saquon, that
Yeah.
was a check.
Yeah.
Jalen
Oh, God, yeah.
saw the defensive alignment and said, "Oh, this is what we're going to do. Watch this." Toss.
I mean, Joe, that
Touch.
you're like you're talking about, like that play against Washington, right? The audible on the first play.
Yep.
right? The play in the giant Saquon Barkley run that's so iconic for him smacking his head as he's running free
Yeah.
was a check, right? There were so many plays that kind of go under the radar, but that have his stamp written all over it. He just continues to prove people wrong, and I love it. And
The dagger.
what I love is that the players in the locker room also see it.
Yep.
Yeah.
That throw to Devontae in the Super Bowl was like just
Ah,
poetry
Butter.
in motion. The back breaking runs that he had he had 72 yards rushing in the Super Bowl. Those were backbreakers. There were how many of those runs were on third down where the Chiefs are like, if we could just get a stop here, we have a shot to get back in this game. And then boom, he put a knife in their hearts
Yeah.
with the plays and the runs that he made. The pass to Jahan Dotson on the sideline there. You
Yeah.
know,
oh
who in
God,
the world thought he was going to throw the ball to Jahan Dotson on that play?
not this guy.
The guy barely saw the ball all season, but he was like, you know what? It's balls out. This is it. We're pushing all the chips into on the table, and it was a perfect throw. It was a perfect play. And
It was awesome.
the execution was at the highest level. That's all that matters. You
Yeah.
know, he doesn't have to have 400 yards and four touchdowns passing every single game. It's not about stats. It's not about the glitzy glamour, kind of stuff. It's about wins.
Yeah.
But that's
It
the
is.
league doesn't care. They want the pretty boy and the guy that does the funny stuff and does all the commercials and this and that. Jalen can be stoic and maybe a little bit boring at times, but I'll take boring and winning 10
Any
times
day of the week.
10
And
times out of 10 any day of the
speaking
week.
of winning,
Sunday.
That man stands on business. That's
So
it.
it's the rent's due every day, boys.
Rents due
The rent is
every
due
day.
every day.
well, speaking of rent being due, Joe Shane caught a giant pile of shitty rent all season long, right? Because you not only do you let Saquon Barkley walk out the door, but you let him sign with your biggest rival.
Yep.
You watch him have a season in which he records through the regular season and playoffs the most rushing yards ever in one season. You watch him win a Super Bowl. You now have to live with the fact that he's on the cover of Madden for the next year. I mean, imagine Joe Shane's kid buying and bringing home Madden, and you got to look at Saquon Barkley on the cover
Oh, I would do
for
it.
his long.
If that was my dad, I would do it and be like, you're a fucking idiot. I would remind my
I mean,
dad every fucking day how dumb he was. He'd be like, Dad, look at the Madden cover. I hung it next to our family fucking photos. You like that? It's right next to you and mom.
I mean,
Idiot.
there's no secret that Saquon. I mean, you could take Saquon Barkley's highlights against the Rams alone,
Yeah.
and it would
Yeah.
be
Both
the
games.
greatest highlight package, right?
Or
You talk about
Thursday night Washington. Like either
right,
or. Like
right. I mean, he had probably one of the best single seasons by any player that I think we'll ever see.
ever. Ever.
So
Ever.
many home run plays. So many home run
He
plays.
scored more touchdowns outside the 40 than inside the 5.
Yeah. Let that sink in.
That's
Like, how
fabulous.
dumb is that? How
Let
dumb
that
is
sink in.
that?
It's outrageous.
Like, oh man, there's nothing you can say. Like, I mean, we could say a lot. We could spend an hour talking about Saquon, but
Yeah.
shit was just
I mean-
ridiculous all season. He was a highlight every game.
The 3 touchdowns in the opening night against Atlanta or against Green Bay, right? He makes the comeback from the drop pass against Atlanta that cost him the game. The home run, the first home run of many against New Orleans, like
Yep.
has the opportunity to set a career rushing record against his former team and lets the young guys eat. Like there's just and we haven't even talked about him jumping over somebody backwards
Yeah, and the
in a game.
One of the
Yeah.
most iconic things you'll ever see.
And they added it. They added the play. They added the play to Madden. It's like just reinventing football play.
Reinventing fucking physics. Like how he just turned and jumped backwards 3 yards. Like Jesus Christ, the dude did it all season. And the fact that in the Super Bowl, the Chiefs just laid the fuck out to stop him because they were so scared. And by the time the Chiefs looked up and they're like, "Hey man, fuck, Saquon's got under 75 yards rushing. Oh shit, we're losing 35-0. Fuck." Like, how defeating is that? They sold out, and it was awesome with the coach standing next to him. Like, bro, this is all happening because of you. Like, this is all happening because of you. They did all this to stop you, but they can't stop anybody else. Like, this is you. And Saquon just like, yeah, I know, yeah. Like, humble. Like, yo, come on, let's go, run it up. Don't give him a
Right.
chance. Don't give him a chance. It's like, what more could you? This is telling you that like a team is bought the fuck in, like that the guys want to play with each other and they're there to win and not about. Oh, I didn't have 100 yards and a touchdown. Damn, I didn't have a 30-yard run. Damn, AJ, I didn't have 12 catches. Damn, like they don't fucking care, dude. Stand on business. Win fucking Super Bowls. People will remember you as, hey, I am Super Bowl champ Saquon Barkley.
Yep.
I will remember fucking what's his name? Lovato. Hey, that's our Super Bowl winning long snapper. Like people remember you that way. Like stand on your fucking business, win Super Bowls, show up every day, be a fucking gamer, and that's what Saquon does.
I mean, it's kind of hard to almost to put into words, right? Because and
It is.
as many touchdowns as he had, right? He also had he had, I think, almost somewhere between 7 and 10 rushes that were stopped at the one, right? So you could have added 7 to 10 more touchdowns to his total.
Yeah.
It's outrageous.
Like just outrageous, right? And then talk about like what he does when the lights are the brightest, right? The game for him to have, 119 yards in the wild card against or in the divisional game. He's got in the wild card game, he's got 205 yards against the Rams, right? With those giant, iconic, long ass runs.
Mm-hmm.
The play that opens the NFC Championship game, and he has 118 yards, right? He just did everything all season long.
Fucking incredible.
Really. Now, let's jump forward, gentlemen. Were there any plays that you remember from anybody that we didn't talk about?
Quinyon Mitchell just being a fucking lockdown motherfucker.
Oh
Yeah, he was doing.
shit!
The pick that he had. I mean, the game was out of reach, but
Doesn't matter.
his body control, his positioning, his closing speed. He has it, and he had it from the first game.
Yeah.
And he had it at game 3, and he had it in game 12, and he had it through the playoffs. He had it in the Super Bowl. Like him and Cooper DeJean, especially Quinyon, he was a plug and play instant star.
Mm-hmm.
Instant star. He talked shit and backed it up.
I mean,
he was such a great find and a talent that we knew that he had, but we had no idea
No
that
idea
this
was that
guy
good.
from Toledo was going to come in and shut down CeeDee Lamb's and shut down to Mike Evans and shut down
Terry
Jamar
McLaurin
Chase's
and
shut down
anybody
these
that he
guys
lined
all
up
year.
against.
Yeah, going against
how
them
much?
once. Like it was nothing. Like he had been there. Like he'd been in the league for 5 years and made a name for himself.
Yeah.
I mean, Joe, how big of a sack do you have to be able to, in the middle of your rookie year, start getting Guantanamo Bay?
You already got the nickname,
right? But he's got his teammates wearing it. Like
the coaches wear it, all the players wear it. You see it everywhere, and it's just That's just this team and this group of guys, and he's mocking he's doing Scary Terry's touchdown
Yeah,
dance,
that was
mocking his
awesome.
touchdown dance,
Yeah.
doing the finger wag, but also being humble at the same time. He's only doing it because he just schooled you, and he's like, all right, next play, all right, next play, all right, next play. I'm gonna own you. He was never out of place. The guy was never out of position. And some of these stat lines, if you go game by game for the top guys, it was just like, man, this you want to talk about being locked down. Like you really couldn't have asked for anything better out of what he brought to the table. He didn't have the big interception lines, but they didn't even they were scared to throw. A lot of these quarterbacks were even scared to throw to his side.
Yeah. You're right. You're right.
I love it.
Quinyon!
Gentlemen, give me a guy that's going to take the big step up.
Jalix Hunt.
Fuck.
Yeah. Jalix Hunt. I'm saying this year he is going to have double digit sacks. He is going to come in, I'm going to say 13 and a half sacks.
Wow.
Ooh.
He is going to be a four. You saw what he could do in the Super Bowl. Like coming in, and I didn't expect it. Like I can be the first one to be like, all right, yeah, this dude's a project. And then insert Super Bowl gets a big fucking sack. And then almost gets there again. And almost gets there again. He was dominant. And the Chiefs didn't have a bad offensive line.
No.
What he's going to do in the NFC East is going to be incredible, especially with the guys he has behind him and the guys he has next to him.
Next
So
one.
I am so fucking excited to see what Jalen Sutton does this year. And I'm saying 13 and a half sacks.
Wow.
We are going to be like Josh Sweat, who? I mean, I'm already there.
Well,
Milt
and
Williams, who?
Rich,
Like, it's
I
going
heard
to be nuts.
I heard Baldy talking about him because Baldy was out at the SAC Summit that they do. I think it's out in Lake Vegas.
Okay.
He was the guy that was turning heads. He was the guy that was standing out amongst and at the SAC Summit, right? You're talking about the elite of the elite pass rushers,
Yeah.
right? Like he's going to be a huge guy. Joe, who you got?
I'm going with, and he's already proven that he's going to be really good, but I think that he's going to be even better this year is Nolan Smith. Depending on
Fucking beasts.
how he recovers from his procedure, I'm not sure if he's going to be ready for game one, but just the fact that he's got the time under his belt. He was forced to be a starter and took it, took it by the, took it and ran with it, and learned the tutelage under Brandon Graham, and he gets it. Like he's the ultimate pro, and he just wants to win games, and he wants to dominate. I mean,
Yeah.
we saw that he can. I mean, at 240 pounds, I think he's got more practice time and more time with Vic Fangio, and he just seems like he's going to just take off with it, learning new moves, and just that having that time under his belt as a starter. All he's going to do is ascend. So I see at least 10 to 12 at least from him once the season starts. But he's the high energy guy. He's he reminds me of BG with how he is.
Yeah.
He's the positive guy in the room. He's always smiling. He's all right. He's the rah rah guy. And you saw him talk after the Super Bowl. So playing with one, he played the second half with one arm. So he is going to be
Joe, I think you're
twice
right.
as
I
good
think
as he was this year.
he has the opportunity to take over that leadership role.
Yeah.
He's a guy that I think could slide in that position group.
Him
I'm-
and Jalen Carter remind me of Brandon Graham and Fletch.
Yeah,
That's who they remind me of. And I mean, they were role models before them, played with them, taught them the way. I think that's two guys they can
Yep.
look up to. which is awesome.
Yeah, I mean, I'm gonna look at one guy who came in as a free agent and one guy who came in as a draft pick. Aziz Ojulari is a guy that I think if he can stay healthy, he can be a menace on the edge. And you're not going to ask him to play, 47 snaps a game. I think he's a guy that's going to be your third down pass rush specialist. He's a guy that's going to be able to come in and get, another like I feel like he's another guy that has the potential to have an effect on the field and have double digit sacks and be that off the edge menace that he was when he was in New England, right? Didn't really have the opportunity, or that was Josh Uche, but like with
The Giants.
with the Giants, right? He had right that 1 year with the double digit sacks. He just can't stay healthy.
Yeah.
So I think if he can stay healthy, right?
Healthy and Vic Fangio.
That's all you need. He can't be
And
any worse than fucking our boy.
Who?
no, and the
Forget.
other
I think he's on
Agent
San Fran
Zero?
now. Yeah.
the other
Buddy
guy
Frisco, baby.
I'm looking forward to is the Ty Robinson,
Yes.
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 the vanilla gorilla.
Vanilla gorilla.
Gorilla.
He's a guy that I think has the opportunity and is going to have a lot of snaps. He's an older draft pick. He's a guy that is going to be ready to come in and play right away. Can really kind of slide into the hole that was left when
Milton Williams.
Milton Williams leaves and goes to New England.
Stupid money.
Yeah.
Right, that contract is going to look and feel a lot like the one that Javon Hargrave signed in San Fran.
Yeah.
Ouch.
So,
It's all hurt.
gentlemen, final thoughts.
Final thoughts. Shout out to Don and Fam for taking in Buster. Shout out to Don and Fam.
Rich,
Giving
I was
Buster a great home.
Rich, I was telling Jay, Jamie was helping us out with some vet stuff to get something checked out. But I was telling her when she was here, they've been, he came in the middle of the week last week.
Yeah.
Rich, you would think that these three dogs have lived together their entire lives.
That's awesome.
It's such a cool thing to see them all kind of assimilate and him just kind of fit in. And it's really just it's a cool opportunity for we got the ankle biters, right? We've got our up until he showed up, our big dog was 11 pounds. So
wow.
It's just we haven't had a big dog in a minute, so it's been wonderful having him.
Yeah.
So
Well, I appreciate it, and I'm happy he's going to a lovely family. It was so funny, Joe. Like, we're pulling away, and Ollie's just like bawling his eyes out. I'm like, dude, it's all right. Dad. He's gonna come. He goes, I know, man. He's like, Dad, when you do the podcast, can we just drive up and you can do it with Don, and I'll just hang out with Buster? And I'm like, sure, bud, sure. Yeah, we'll get home at 10 o'clock on a school night. Your mom will kick my ass. But yeah, we'll go up and do the podcast. He's like, when you do it with Don, you just bring me and we'll see Buster. I'm like, all right, bud, whatever. But no, thank you, Don. Thank you, family. Boss
Yeah,
lady.
that's great. That's great.
It's super happy.
Joey, what do you got?
No, I guess it's just, with this, well, I think this today and tomorrow, the last couple of days of like the just insane heat, make sure you check in on your checking on your family members, checking on anybody in your, any of your older family members, aunts, uncles, grandparents. It's been, I work outside. I mean, I drive a truck, but I'm outside a lot during the day, and it's just, it hits me, man. And I'm 47, so I can only imagine how bad it is for some of these, some of your older people out there, your older family members. Just make sure that they're hydrated, make sure their AC's working, make sure their central air is working. Just call them and check in and make sure, because it's insane out there, man. Walking outside, 2 in the morning, 3 in the morning when I leave for work, and it's already
gross
85 degrees out, and feels like I could fry a couple eggs in my driveway. It's pretty wild.
Joe, it's 85 degrees and it's like 89% humidity.
At least. Sometimes
it's
it
like
feels
soup.
like it's 112% humidity. It's like, I know it can't go past 100, but it feels like it's past.
Yeah, it's 130% chance of my balls are stuck to my leg. God damn it! Get me out of here.
Oh God.
It's outrageous.
Oh.
But yeah, check on your people. Make sure everybody's good through
Yep.
times like this and over the summer. So, just a PSA for that.
Fair.
Hey, listen.
Fair.
I did notice that Jalen Hurts and Brandon Graham have put out children's books.
Yeah,
So that I'm sure that they'll be hitting the shelves. So go get your kids some
all day.
Some sports themed, inspired reading materials. But the funniest thing is, did you see the title of Jalen's book? Trying to pull it up here. Hold on.
Something about touchdowns?
Better than a touchdown.
There you go. Now, when he signs,
I love that it's like a subtle. The title is a subtle dig.
Yeah. You gotta love it. He's always like that. Now, here's my question: if you go to like or where you get him to sign the book, does he sign it? That's what the fuck I do.
Joe, how great would that be? From the inscription of the children's book.
I want that.
That's what the fuck I do.
Yeah.
That would be awesome.
That'd be
Jalen out.
Oh my God, that would be so fabulous. Rich, take us home.
Well, you obviously know who we are. You stuck around for the whole fucking time, and you fucked around, and you found out. That's Joe. Hold on, Joe's that way, and then that. Wait, no, hold on. There we go, Joe, Don. We are drunk on broad, and as always, it is fuck the Cowboys, fuck Justin Tucker, fuck Deshaun Watson, fuck Spike Eskin. And yeah, as we like to say, go Birds, baby.
Go Birds.
Go Birds.
The Philadelphia Eagles are Super Bowl champions.